B syndrome, prognosis and prevention, exercise. Prognosis and prevention. Both acupuncture and Chinese herbs are extremely effective in treating painful obstruction syndrome. Acupuncture in particular is the treatment of choice in this condition, giving excellent result in both acute and chronic cases. Acute cases, in fact, can usually be resolved in a few treatments. However, the majority of patients we see with this problem present very chronic condition. These cases can be treated successfully too, but the more long-standing the condition, the longer it will take to clear. Osteoarthritis is easier to treat than rheumatoid arthritis, but this can also be helped. Sometimes even when the bone deformities have already set in such cases, the treatment may take a very long time and even years. The two most difficult type of painful obstruction syndrome are that from systemic lupus erythematosus and psoriatic arthritis. Both these diseases are autoimmune disease and they are both very difficult to treat. As for the relative importance of acupuncture in herbs, in general, the more chronic the condition, the more herbs or patent remedies are applicable. Herbs are particularly good in chronic cases to resolve phlegm and bone deformities, invigorate blood, and nourish liver and kidneys. As for prevention, painful obstruction syndrome is probably the most common affliction of humankind, and it affects the elderly in particular as the decline of qi and blood and the weakening of the liver and kidneys makes them prone to invasion of external pathogenic factors. However, painful obstruction syndrome is not an inevitable consequence of old age, and it is possible to take steps to minimize it or prevent it altogether. The two most common important areas in life to take care of to prevent painful obstruction syndrome are exercise and diet. Exercise. A proper amount of regular exercise is absolutely essential to preserve good health and mobility. Regular exercise stimulates the circulation of qi and blood and keep the sinews supple. Both of these effects contribute to prevent invasion of external pathogenic factors. In modern industrial societies, where many people engage in office work lead very ineffective lives, proper exercise is all the more important for good health. The importance of exercise for health has been recognized in Chinese culture since very early times. An ancient Chinese saying states, running water does not become stale. A door hinge never gets worn eaten. In old China door hinges were made of wood and leather. One of the earliest written reference to exercise for health dates back to Han Dynasty and is by the famous doctor Hu Tu's CE 136208. He devised 5 types of exercise based on imitation of 5 animals. Example, tiger, stag, bear, monkey, and crane. Each of these 5 exercise had a specific beneficial effects on the body. In general, Chinese culture refers to 2 types of exercise, one known as external exercise, the other as internal exercise. External exercise are aimed to developing muscles and sinews. All Western type sports, exercises, and games can be classified as such internal exercise, are aimed at developing qi and massaging the internal organ by a coordination of movement, breathing, and concentration. Tai Chi Chuan is an outstanding example of internal exercise. It is gentle yet powerful. It exercises all muscles and sinews, makes the tendons supple, develop chi, massages the internal organs, and quietens the mind. It is important to realize that physical fitness and the health are not synonymous. Most people in the West equate fitness with health, but this is not so. Regular practice of Western type of exercise, such as weightlifting or jogging, may make one fit, but it does not necessarily make one healthy. Indeed, the opposite may be true. As far as prevention of painful obstruction syndrome is concerned, both external and internal exercise are beneficial. Indeed, a combination of the two is ideal. From Tai Chi Chuan, yoga is also an excellent type of internal exercise that develops suppleness and massages. The internal organ of the external exercise, the only ones that are not particularly beneficial are jogging, weightlifting, squats, and aerobic exercises, especially when practiced in excess. Jogging puts a strain on the spine and knees and may be a contributory factor in painful obstruction syndrome of knees or lower back. Weightlifting weakens kidney qi. It is well-known axiom in Chinese medicine that excessive lifting injures kidney qi in the lower back. Squash is good as an exercise, but due to its extremely fast pace, it often generates more nervous tension and already tense persons. It is frequently seen in practice tense and stressed businessmen whose idea or relaxation is frenetic game of squash. Aerobic exercise are simply too strenuous and may lead to injury of the back in the weak people. The Western type of exercise that are more beneficial for prevention of painful obstruction syndrome are walking, tennis, and cycling. Thank you for your attention.